I've always been interested in art ever since I was a kid. All through grade school, I went through the Carnegie Institute art classes, the museum art classes. I went through the so-called tam o'shanters, then I went to the palette class. And then I had submitted a portfolio, and I received a partial scholarship for Carnegie Mellon. At the time it was Carnegie Tech. Became a university when I left. And then I proceeded with my career, and I got my first job really was as an art teacher. I wasn't trained to be an art teacher, but they needed someone in my district, so I volunteered. And after that, I did a stint in the Air Force Reserves as a medic. A short, maybe 6 months, and then on returning, I became an art director for the animators in Pittsburgh, who had some part in doing things on the film, I understand, such as titles. When I applied for a job at the animators as art director, I started in the fall of 1966, and I worked there for about 2 years. And my job was assisting, coming up with the coming up with some of the ideas, doing some of the artwork, and in general helping with some of the animation too, in terms of not actually doing the animation, but assisting in the production of it on occasion. Some of my other jobs were at the animators was doing the backgrounds and on some of the commercials that we did. One of the jobs that I can recall that was very successful is Kaufman's wanted to do a Christmas commercial. So as the art director, they had a script. I came up with a storyboard of scenes, and I painted a background that I thought should roughly approximate what the background in the story of the commercial should be. I was surprised because they liked the storyboard so much, they wanted to keep that as the original artwork. And I consider that a pretty good compliment. I've always wanted to just, be an artist and do a lot of painting and creative things. I got sidetracked with the vending business that paid the bills, but some of the more recent projects was getting involved with the Warhol family. I've always been interested and followed the career of Andy Warhol, and I knew the family from Pittsburgh. I got to know the family, let's put it that way. In 1988, I went down to the Warhola scrapyard in the north side of Pittsburgh, and I met Andy's nephew, Marty. So we decided to do some artwork together, and we converted one of his buildings into an art studio, and we were doing silk screening work and a variety of projects. And what happened one time is KDKA came over, and there was a boyfriend of one of the producers was a music. He was a musician and a singer, and he created a song called "Crash and Burn." So they wanted to film, make a music video, at a steel mill of this crash and burn. They wanted to know if we could participate. So I said to Marty, why don't we just take some of our work and burn it up? And we could simultaneously create it while it was being destroyed. Simultaneous, it's a new concept. It mirrors the actions of the universe. Things are always created at the same time they're being destroyed. So why not carry that through to our artwork? Most artists would not like to burn up what they make, unless it was bad, of course. But this was not the object. Things that we really liked, we would actually destroy. Because at that time, that was back in the early 90s, art had been going up more and more in value, and people seemed to be collecting it more and being concerned more for the value of the art, like a stock. So we went to the steel mill, and we erected a huge platform of our paintings. And then the group was in front singing Crash and Burn, and we were in the back pouring gasoline and kerosene, squirting it from a fire extinguisher on our paintings. And while they were burning, our brushes were on fire, and we were recreating more work, and it was burning up. And then at the very end, a bulldozer ran over the whole thing and crushed it. Now, that's what was called simultaneous creation and destruction. I don't know of any other artist in the world that's doing that or had done that, and I scoured the internet for it, and I couldn't find it. But as I said, we all pass away. Everything passes away. Even Michelangelo's last Sistine Chapel, Da Vinci's The Last Supper. Everything will eventually pass away, including us. So we were trying to make a statement: is don't value material objects, but value the concept, value the idea. And if you could maintain the idea, then what's the material objects reminds you of it. But if you can maintain the idea, that's the important thing. So we destroyed the art, but we actually photographed it. So you don't have since the art's gone, you don't have the object of economic lust. What you have left is just the concept that we were trying to get across in our art. And if nobody remembers it, it should have been burned. It should have left the earth.